Red Dirt Revolver. Born in a town where the road just ends at a fence post. Raised on red dirt, rattlesnake warnings and senses ghost. Daddy kept a revolver in the glove box of that Silverado. Said, son, the law ain't always right and the land don't lie. Take note. Wore out 2 pairs of boots before I turned 17. Learned more in a feed store than they ever taught me in between. Chalk lines and Sunday hymns, pick beds and kerosene dreams. Outlaw blood in a landlocked soul, just trying to stay afloat downstream. So I cocked back the hammer on everything they said I'd be. Pointed at the horizon, said that distance belongs to me. Red Dirt Revolver, loaded with tomorrow. Firing at the dark before the devil comes to borrow. Every dusty mile's a bullet that I've already spent. Red Dirt Revolver, that's how I was sent. Mama kept a Bible and a bail bond number on the wall. Say whichever one you need, baby, just make the call. I've been the black sheep, the fugitive, the one that got away, and the one that came back dragging a whole lot of yesterday. Sat on the courthouse steps with nothing but a duffel and a name. Watched the sun clock in on a town that looked exactly the same. But I had a road in my veins now, the rhythm where the rage was. Spit my story to the gravel, let the echo fill the pages. So I cocked back the hammer on everything they said I'd be. Pointed at the horizon, said that distance belongs to me. Red Dirt Revolver, loaded with tomorrow. Firing at the dark before the devil comes to borrow. Every dusty mile's a bullet that I've already spent. Red Dirt Revolver, that's how I was sent. Some men find religion, some men find the bottle. I found a gravel road at midnight and I opened up the throttle. Ain't looking for forgiveness, ain't running from the fire. Just a man with red dirt in his blood, and a song built from barbed wire. Red Dirt Revolver, still spinning, still spinning. Before the law, before the license, before the state decided what was right, there was copper in a fire and a man who worked by night. Granddaddy ran moonshine through the Appalachian curves. Never needed a map, just read the mountains and the nerves. I ain't running liquor, but I'm running the same blood. Same disregard for lines drawn in the mud. Copper pot and oak barrel, mason jar and a prayer. The only thing it takes was time, rest of it was square. Now I'm in a different kind of business, different kind of risk, but the family recipe's the same, just had to change the mix. He told me once that every generation finds it, still the apparatus changes, but the courage and the will to make something from nothing in a county that forgot you is the inheritance he left me, and the law can't have it from you. They'll put your name on a warrant if you live outside their box, but they can't seal a legend and they can't pick these locks. Bootlegger blues, running the back roads at night, headlights off in the holler, staying just out of sight. They call it contraband, I call it family. out the back of a general store. The sheriff bought 3 jars of weed, came back wanting more. That's the southern contradiction. Everybody's got a price, and the laws they write on Mondays don't survive past Wednesday night. I ain't romanticizing crime, I'm just testifying truth. Every generation finds its hustle, every outlaw finds its proof. Mine was music, mine was words, mine was this cracked asphalt road, spitting verses at the dark like I'm lighting in a load. The bootlegger and the rapper share the same essential drive to take what you've been given and to make it come alive. Beyond the narrow channel that the licensed world provides, the unlicensed imagination, that's where legacy resides. They'll put your name on a warrant if you live outside their box, but they can't seal a legend and they can't pick these locks. Bootlegger blues, running the back roads at night, headlights off in the holler, staying just out of sight. They call it contraband, I call it family trade. Bootlegger blues, the only living we made. Yeah, the prohibition era made my bloodline into legends, turned small county farmers into something more than peasants. In the economic order of a state that didn't care whether the hills had bread, the hills would find bread anywhere. They always did, that's what the mountains teach their children, that resourcefulness is holiness and scarcity is building. Character and ingenuity in equal measure pressed into the copper of the family still and passed down with the rest. Now the craft distillery down on Main Street sells my grandfather's exact recipe for $40. Well, it's not exactly softened it and branded it and bottled in a way that makes it pretty, but the spirit's at full throttle. Just like granddaddy made it in the dark behind the barn, the bootlegger blues is just a love song for the honor working people finding ways to make the corner beautiful. When beautiful and lawful didn't always share a schedule. They'll put your name on a warrant if you live outside their box, but they can't seal a legend and they can't pick these locks. Bootlegger blues, running the back roads at night, headlights off in the holler, staying just out of sight. They call it contraband, I call it family trade. Bootlegger blues, every family's got a ghost, every ghost's got a steal, every steel's got a story, and the stories run a steel past the jar, pour it slow, let the omen tell the tale. I'll write it down in rhyme for the memory goes stale. The coppers in the attic, and the recipes in my head, and the bootlegger blues plays on long after all of them are dead. And this is for the mountain counties, this is for the hollow roads, this is for the men and women who carried the family's load. In copper and in courage, in dark and in the dawn, the bootlegger blues don't die, the bootlegger blues goes on. Bootlegger blues still run, still run back roads, headlights off, family trade. Sign at the edge of town says welcome. Sign on the way out says come back soon. Both of them are right, both of them are lonely. Population sign says 4 and 2, but half them people's gone. Dollar store, Dollar General, they compete at dawn. One red light on Main blinks yellow after 9. The diners closed on Tuesdays cause the waitress quit in '09. I know every pothole, every broken promise on that block. Know the man who sells the bait and the man who runs the clock. Know whose daddy drank himself to dust by 43. Know whose daughter got a scholarship and never did come back like me. Know which houses had the same for sale signs since before the flood. Know which field belongs to nobody now. All brown and caved in mud. Know the cemetery better than the city park, because the dead outnumber the living in the census of the flaws. But no, where towns don't disappear, they just get quiet at the seams. And they live inside the people who were built on busted dreams. Nowhere town got everything and nothing in the same breath. Nowhere town where you learn to live a little for the great death. I've been to the cities, been to the coast, came back to the red clay. 'Cause nowhere town made me, and I ain't never gone fully away. Yeah. The old folks sit on porches like the garden something sacred, and maybe they are. The recipes, the names, the way it's faded. The church still sings on Sundays, but the pews are getting thin. And the pastor's 42, now got tattoos and a grin. Tries to reach the ones who stayed, the ones who couldn't leave. Works a second job on Fridays just to make the family breathe. There's a beauty in the struggle that the glossy world won't show. Nowhere towns got sold and no metropolis can grow. The barbershop on Clement has been there since '63, and Lester cuts your hair and tells you everything for free about the county seat and who's in office and who's out. Nowhere town keeps happening to noble-hearted men, but nowhere towns don't disappear, they just get quiet at the seams. And they live inside the people who were built on busted dreams. Nowhere town got everything and nothing in the same breath. Nowhere town where you learn to live a little for the great death. Cities, been to the coast, came back to the red clay. 'Cause nowhere town made me, and I ain't never gone fully away. I left at 18 with a tank of gas and a theory about how the world outside was brighter, sharper, less serious. And the smallness I was wrong, which took a decade to discover. The city's got is nowhere towns just buried under the glass and the noise and the density and the promise that proximity to everything would solve whatever Thomas was the problem. Turns out nowhere lives inside the person, not the zip code. And the running only worse than the particular acre, the in-between that haunts you when you're 3 states from the gravel road that wants you back. Not as the failure or the one who had to crawl home, but as the one who left and learned and chose to call home. Nowhere town, not because I had to, but because I finally understood the value of the small and the specific in the name. The creek, the cedar, the exact acre I was claimed. But nowhere towns don't disappear, they just get quiet at the seams. And they live inside the people who were built on busted dreams. Nowhere town got everything and nothing in the same breath. Nowhere town where you learn to live a little for the great death. Yeah. I've been to the cities, been to the coast, came back to the red clay. 'Cause nowhere town made me, and I ain't never gone fully away. I know you think it's small, I know you think it's stuck, but my grandfather built that water tower with his own 2 hands and luck. And my grandmother's kitchen window still faces the same east sun. And nowhere town ain't finished yet, not till the last verse is done. This is for the 412, for the pew that's getting thin, for the barbershop on Clement, and for Lester and his grin. For the porch sitters at sunset, guarding what remains. Nowhere town is somewhere in the marrow of our veins. Nowhere town, somewhere in my chest, always, still blinking yellow after 9. Don't take it after dark. Don't take it after dark. That's what they say. Don't take it after dark. They named the road for a reason. Don't take it after dark. The curves don't care about your headlights, and the ditch is cold and stark. I've driven it 100 times with nothing but a prayer and a tank of gas, a flask of nerve and rhythm in the air. The locals know to slow before the second seat of bend, but strangers push at 70 and find out where it ends. Rattlesnake Road, the metaphor ain't lost on me. Every beautiful thing in the South got fangs. You got to let it be. Drove it first at 16 on a dare from Denny Hold. He took it at 65. We all survived the jolt of the guardrail in the ditch and the prayer my mama didn't know I said. 16 years old on Rattlesnake Road, and grateful not to be dead. You can fear the road or you can read it like a rhyme. Every sharp turn's just a warning. Every warning's just a sign. Rattlesnake Road, she'll bite you if you're reckless. Rattlesnake Road, she's beautiful and breathless. I've run her in the midnight and I've run her in the dawn. Rattlesnake Road, she's the only road I'm on. I met a woman at the crossroads of that rattlesnake run. Said she'd been living at the bend since before I'd begun. Eyes like creek water, voice like a steel guitar tuned low. Said, boy, I watched 1,000 outlaws. Come and watch them go. The ones that make it through don't fight the curve, they lean. The ones who end up in the ditch were trying to stay between. Life's the same equation, stop resisting what's not straight. The road that's made for serpentine will punish those who legislate. She handed me a coffee from a thermos she had go and said the road respects the ones who drive it like they know and their own limits, and the road's limits has the same kind of truth. The dangerous road and the dangerous man both require proof. Hey, you can fear the road or you can read it like a rhyme. Every sharp turn's just a warning. Every warning's just a sign. Rattlesnake Road, she'll bite you if you're reckless. Rattlesnake Road, she's beautiful and breathless. I've run her in the midnight and I've run her in the dawn. Rattlesnake Road, she's the only road I'm on. I've been the rattlesnake on more than one occasion. Wound up in a corner courting self-persuasion that the world was closing on me and I had to strike before the striking started. That's the fear inside the core of every dangerous, beautiful thing has been misread. The snake don't want the confrontation, just the space ahead. Clear of all the boosts that come forward with purpose and with blade. All the rattlesnake is asking for is space enough to trade. It's venom for velocity and disappear into the grass and leave the road to everyone who's trying just to pass. I understand the rattlesnake more than I understand the man who stopped to kill it for the pleasure of his hand. Though something dangerous and conquered, let the beauty be. Rattlesnake Road teaches that the wild has the right to be. You can fear the road or you can read it like a rhyme. Every sharp turn's just a warning. Every warning's just a sign. Rattlesnake Road, she'll bite you if you're reckless. Rattlesnake Road, she's beautiful and breathless. I've run her in the midnight and I've run her in the dawn. Rattlesnake Road, she's the only road I'm on. Some roads go straight to glory, some roads double back, some roads are pure confession laid down in crack black. Rattlesnake Road's a prayer that only the brave can speak. She ain't for the comfortable, she ain't for the meek, but she'll take you where you're going if you go with enough respect for the power that is called in the curves you don't expect. Every curve is information, every narrow place is teaching. Every dark stretch on this road is the road keeping you reaching for the attention that saves lives. That's all she ever asked. Drive with full respect, and she'll let you have the last. Watch the curves, watch the dart, watch yourself. Second seat of band, slow down, slow down. Slow down. Dust is just a diamond that ain't been through the pressure yet. Give it time. Give it time. Yeah. She came from the Delta, from the bottom of a drought year. Left with a suitcase and a jaw set without fear. Worked the diner, worked the fields, worked the double shift. Her hands told a story that her mouth refused to live. But on Saturday she wore the earrings, the ones her mama gave. 2 small diamonds catching light to find past the grave. Said baby, dust is just a diamond that ain't finished with its time. And I wrote that down and built myself around that line. She been ground down by years of the particular kind of heart that doesn't make the news and doesn't leave a visible scar, but lives inside the posture and the tightness around the eyes, and the way you learn to calculate exactly what the price of one more breakdown is. She kept going, that's the sermon. The world can press you down and coach you in the ordinary, but pressure makes the permanent. Don't let them make you vary. Dust and diamonds, same material, different patience. Dust and diamonds, born from the same devastation. I've been both in my lifetime, lost and found and lost again. Dust and diamonds, that's where every outlaw begins. Yeah. I came from a county that the government forgot. Paper mills and meth labs, that was basically the life. But there were teachers who stayed teaching when the funding dried to bone, and coaches who were preaching that a kid can make it home. I was dust for a decade, rough, unsettled, formless, dry, blowing through decisions like I didn't have to try it. And something pressed on me, grief, love, or gravel, wrote a page, and the dust became a lyric, and the lyric became the stage. The pressure was a woman who refused to let me coast. The pressure was a morning when I needed it the most. The mirror and a reckoning in 48 straight hours of sitting in the weight of all the wasted months and powers I had it, I was squandering. The pressure made the diamond painful, necessary, and finally aligned. The work can press you down and coach you in the ordinary, but pressure makes the permanent. Don't let them make you vary. Dust and diamonds, same material, different patience. Dust and diamonds, born from the same devastation. I've been both in my lifetime, lost and found and lost again. Dust and diamonds, that's where every outlaw begins. My daughter's 9 years old and she asked me why I write. I said because the writing is the pressure in the night that takes the dust of daily things, the arguments to drive, the grocery store, the phone call, the just trying to survive. Energy of every ordinary moment and compresses it to something with a permanent component. She looked at me and said, Daddy, is that why you're always writing on receipts? I said, yeah, baby. Sometimes the pressure hits between the sheets of anything official. Sometimes diamonds form in parking lots at 2 a.m. on the back of what you got. She went back to a book, but I sat in the kitchen knowing she understood it better than my longest explanation. Dust and diamonds, every generation. The world can press you down and coach you in the ordinary, but pressure makes the permanent. Don't let them make you vary. Dust and diamonds, same material, different patience. Dust and diamonds, born from the same devastation. I've been both in my lifetime, lost and found and lost again. Dust and diamonds, that's where every outlaw begins. For every woman working double, for every man who stayed, for For every kid born in a rubble will turn the rubble into trade. You were never just a dust, you were always the diamond waiting. Pressure is the gift, even when it's suffocating. Dust ain't failure, dust is the beginning. The diamond ain't the end, and the diamond keeps on spinning. Through every hand that holds it, through every light that hits it, showing different colors depending where you sit. Dust and diamonds, the whole story in 2 words. Dust, diamonds, one patient breath away, still becoming. One county over, the rules change. One county over, the game changes. One county over, you exist in the gap, and the gap is where the living's at. You cross the county line, and the rules been different, friend. Where one sheriff ends is watching, others watch begins. I learned to read the jurisdictions like a chessboard in the dark. Knew which roads and cameras, knew which deputies were sharp. Wasn't moving contraband, was moving with the wind. Just a man who understood the edges and the thin line between a story worth the telling and a crime. I've been playing county lines my whole life, double time. There's a freedom in the in-between that the law can't fully claim. It's the gap between the jurisdictions, it don't have a name, but every small county man with any sense at all knows exactly where the gap is and how wide before the fall. Work the margins, work the gaps, work the in-between. Every county line's a classroom if you know just what they mean. County line hustle, one step ahead of the reach. County line hustle, living in the breach. Hey, they draw their lines in conference rooms on maps with clean straight edges, but the real world's got curves, and I live on all the ledges. County line hustle, that's the only kind I know. My uncle had a produce stand right on the county scene. Sold corn on the south side, sold whiskey on the dream. Technically the northern county had the dry law on the books, but the county line ran through his property. And man, it only took one surveyor's lazy morning to establish where the deed was drawn, and granddaddy's land became exactly what we need. I tell you, this is parable, not as criminal instruction. The best outlaws found the loophole, not the brute force of destruction. He ran the stand for 30 years without a single citation, because he understood the law requires interpretation. Know the line between the burden and the manageable load. The county line hustle is the art of never leaving. Work the margins, work the gaps, work the in-between. Every county line's a classroom if you know just what they mean. County line hustle, one step ahead of the reach. County line hustle, living in the breach. Yeah, they draw their lines in conference rooms on maps with clean straight edges, but the real world's got curves, and I live on all the ledges. County line hustle, that's the only kind. This ain't just about geography, it's about the way that every person who creates something lives in the gray between what's been done before and what ain't happened yet. Between the genre and the breakout, between the rise and the dip. That artistic risk accumulates when you live in the gap where the country and the hip-hop overlap on the map. And then ask yourself, say that ain't a thing, and the label said it don't fit, and the gap says welcome home right here, this is it. Every outlaw artist works the county line between the word as it's been given and the word as it could mean. If you push it in the right direction with the right kind of nerve, the county line's a gap between the rut and the curve that breaks you out of what you've been and into what you're going. Every song I've ever written, county lines showing. Work the margins, work the gaps, work the in-between. Every county line's a classroom if you notice what they mean. County line hustle, one step ahead of the reach. County line hustle, living in the breach. Oh, they draw their lines in conference rooms on maps with clean straight edges, but the real world's got curves, and I live on all the ledges. County line hustle, that's the only kind I know. Every creative person's working county lines, stepping between what's established and the new. Every artist lies between the genres and the signs, finding the gap between what's old and what breaks through. That's the hustle, not the crime, just the refusal to stay contained. County line is just a metaphor for minds that won't be explained. One county over, they don't know your name yet. One county over, you start clean. One county over, the record's not established. One county over, know what I mean. That's the hustle, that's the living, that's the art of the in-between. Hustle, one county over, gap between the jurisdictions. That's where I live. 40 walls burning in the dark all night, every night. 40 walls saying come home, come home, come home. Mama left the porch light on every night I ever rain. From midnight court appearances to places not on any plane. That bowl burned 40 watts of unconditional and steady. A beacon through the kudzu saying, boy, come home when ready. She never asked me where I've been before I hit the door. Just moved a plate to the microwave and asked if I wanted more. That kind of love is harder to receive than hard forgiveness, cause it don't ask for anything. It's pure and it's relentless. I sat in that kitchen at 3 in the morning more times than I can name, eating cold pinto beans and feeling the particular shame that a mother's unconditional love produces in a son who knows he hasn't earned it and suspects he never will have done enough. But she just sat there drinking decaf and asking about the road. Never once extracted payment, never once assessed the load. I prayed in churches, prayed in cells, prayed in the ditch. But porch lights are the closest thing to God that I can pitch. Porch light prayer, burning for the wandering sons. Porch light prayer, warm against the cold and what comes. I've been gone so many nights I lost the count of them, but that porch light always burned and I kept coming here. Porch light prayer, the love that stays alive. Boy's 7 now and he don't always understand why dad is sometimes absent like a storm across the land. But I read him what I know now, that presence is a practice, not a perfect record, not a contract, not a status. I leave the porch light on when he spends nights at his cousin's place, so he knows that home is lit, that home holds a warm space. Cycle breaks, not with speeches, not with plans or proclamation. Breaks when you just do the thing, the quiet illumination. He texted me at 11 on a school night from his phone, said, Daddy, you still up? I said, yeah, I'm here at home. He said, okay, just checking. And I sat there understanding everything my mother did and every late night landing she was on for all along. It wasn't about the food, it was proof that the frequency of love remained consistent. I prayed in churches, prayed in cells, prayed in the ditch. But porch lights are the closest thing to God that I can pitch. Porch light prayer, burning for the wandering sons. Porch light prayer, warm against the cold and what comes. I've been gone so many nights I lost the count of them, but that porch light always burned and I kept coming in. Porch light prayer, the love that stays lit. There are porch lights in this country burning right now while I write this, for sons who haven't called in months and daughters in the wildness of whatever season swallowed them, addiction or the anger or the love that took them sideways into necessary danger. And the parents on the porch in the dark, keeping the light on and the faith lit and the heart still beating in the direction of the wanderer wherever they have gone. The porch light is the oldest kind of love, and it goes on past the reasonable, past the rational, past the explained. I've prayed in churches, prayed in cells, prayed in the ditch. But porch lights are the closest thing to God that I can pitch. Porch light prayer, burning for the wandering sons. Porch light prayer, warm against the cold and what comes. I've been gone so many nights I lost the count of them, but that porch light always burning, I kept coming in. Porch light prayer, the love that stays and lives. Leave it on, leave it burning. Let them know that home is still returning. Leave it on, even if the night runs long. A 40-watt devotion is the most powerful song. Leave it on for the daughter, leave it on for the son. Leave it on for the stranger who's got nowhere left to run. Every wander's got a porch light burning somewhere in the dark. It might be actual 40 watts, or it might be just a spark of knowing the door isn't locked against you yet. Porch light prayer, the thing that won't forget. Still burning, still burning. Come home whenever you're ready. Still burning. Yeah. Cashier's check, $600 boots, 40 miles of silence. That's the language of the ones who love you when you really done it this time. She showed up with a cashier's check and attitude to spare. $600 boots and 3-day anger in her hair. Judge set the number high enough to make a statement, make it known. She paid it without blinking, then she drove my sorry self back home. Didn't say a word for 40 miles, but silence did the teaching. Then she rolled the window down and let the wind do all the preaching. Said, I'm not your bail money, baby, if this keeps happening again. I said, baby, you're the only bill that I believe in. She cut her eyes at me and let the highway take the moment. Said, you think that's charming, but I'm running low on the component that makes that charming. She's calculating to the cent what this keeps costing, and if the cost exceeds what I meant. To her, she balanced that equation on her own. I sat there in the passenger seat, chilled to the bone. Some people got lawyers, some got family, some got faith. I got a woman who shows up. That's the rarest kind of grace, bail money, baby. She's always at the window. Bail money, baby. Finds me when I'm broke low. I don't deserve the half of what she brings when she arrives. Bail money, baby. She's the reason I survive. Second time was a misunderstanding, mostly kinda more or less. Third time was the last time, and I knew about the dress. She wore red to the courthouse, said she wanted to be seen. Said, if you gonna make me pay the bill, at least be clean. I cleaned up after that, not perfect, not a saint, but clean enough to earn the coffee that she makes and doesn't feign. Now we laugh about the bill receipt she keeps inside the drawer, says it's cheaper than a wedding ring. I couldn't love her more. The second bill, I watched her sign the paperwork and realized I've been taking someone's consistent presence for a given. Recognize what it cost her, not the money but the morning. She had to call it sick to driving in the warning she been giving me for years, wrapped in patience and in love. I finally heard it on the second bail. Enough. Some people got lawyers, some got family, some got faith. I got a woman who shows up. That's the rarest kind of grace, bail money, baby. She's always at the window. Bail money, baby. Finds me when I'm broke low. I don't deserve the half of what she brings when she arrives. Bail money, baby. She's the reason I survive. There wasn't a third bell, let me be precise about the record. I cleaned up after number 2 and everything I reckon. But since then it's been in the jurisdiction of the will and the voluntary rebuilding and the daily kind of filling in the spaces I had emptied. I saw her at the kitchen table running numbers with a pencil, and I finally became able to read the calculations. She was running down the years against the cost of staying, doing the arithmetic through tears. She wouldn't let me sleep, but I saw the pencil moving. I sat down beside her, said, give me the pencil. She looked at me, I said, I'm done a minute in the essential, unambiguous sense she'd been waiting years to hear. Bail money, baby, I'm staying here. Some people got lawyers, some got family, some got faith. I got a woman who shows up, that's the rarest kind of grace. Bail money, baby, she's always at the window. Bail money, baby, finds me when I'm broke low. I don't deserve the half of what she brings when she arrives. Bail money, baby, she's the reason I survive. I wrote the song because she asked me why I loved her. Flowers seem too easy and the diamonds I can cover. So instead I offered up the truth about the woman who chose a complicated man and never stopped becoming the one who holds a check, the one who holds the line. Bail money, baby, you're the bail on this whole life of mine. 2 bails, 1 pencil on the kitchen table, 1 Tuesday in November. That's the whole story. I'll pay you back, already am, every sober day. Bail money, baby, paid in full. Barefoot in the road, sunrise in the east, laid down between the roots, let the field keep the peace. I confess in cotton fields when I need to hear the truth. There's something in the white bloom and the red dirt and the roots that strips away the performance and the posturing and pride and leaves you with exactly what you've done and tried to hide. Walked out here sunrise with a week of wrong decisions, laid them out between the rows with crooked imprecision. The field don't offer absolution, field just holds the weight, and sometimes holding weight is enough to set the slate. The cotton don't recoil when the truth comes out heavy. The cotton don't require that you get that clean and ready. It just stands there in its rows in the early August heat and receives whatever you've been carrying complete. If you can't find a preacher and you can't find peace of mind, walk into the oldest field and leave the weight behind. Cotton Field Confessional, barefoot in the road. Cotton Field Confessional, let the history flow. All the things I should have said and all the things I did, the field has heard it all before the field forgives. My great-great-grandmother worked the field she didn't choose. Pick what wasn't hers to pick and heat that wore the shoes off your feet and off your faith and off your will to breathe. But she survived and bore the children who survived and let me be. I don't stand in cotton fields to glamorize the pain. I stand there cause the ground holds memory like it holds the rain. When I confess into that dirt, something deeper hears it, a lineage of resilience that I hope has found a spirit. The confessional isn't mine alone. The field's been a reason for gathering and testifying since before my bloodline walked this ground. I confess as an inheritor of all that came before. The field receives my small confession and goes on keeping more. If you can't find a preacher and you can't find peace of mind, walk into the oldest field and leave the weight behind. Cotton Field Confessional, barefoot in the road. Cotton Field Confessional, let the history flow. All the things I should have said and all the things I did, the field has heard it all before the field fighting the heat. The obvious things, the lies I told to keep from the defeat of my own expectations. The avoidance is the silence when speaking would have cost me less than the accumulated islands of unaddressed wrongs floating between me and the people who deserve more than my strategy, more than the steeple I built around my own comfort and my own inconvenience. I confess the selfishness that masqueraded as resilience. I confess the stubbornness I mistook for independence. I confess the fear that I reframed as transcendence. I confess the love I held at arm's length when it needed to be held with both arms open. And I confess I heeded none of the warnings until the cost was high enough to force it. The cotton field receives all of this without remorse or judgment. Just the rustling of August and the distance of a heat shimmer on the horizon. Patient, consistent. If you can't find a preacher and you can't find peace of mind, walk into the oldest field and leave the weight behind. Cotton Field Confessional, barefoot in the road. Cotton Field Confessional, let the history flow. All the things I should have said and all the things I did. The field has heard it all before the field forgives. This is where I come from, not where I stay, but the soil in my lungs won't ever go away. And the songs I write at midnight got red clay in the root. Cotton Field Confessional, in every verse and every truth. And I'll be back next August, when next August way too late. Between the rows of something that doesn't need me to explain. Confess to the field holds everything. The field held this ground before they named anything. Before your grandfather's grandfather knew the name of God, the field was here receiving every confession from the side. I confess, the field holds it. I walk out clean, barefoot, red dirt between my toes, back to the road. Purple edge on the western counties, 40 miles out and moving. Choose to pull over or choose to go through it. Hey. Storm rolled in from the western counties, meaning purple edge. Could see it doing 40 from the top of Jennings Ridge. She had a choice to make, pull over, wait it out and dry. I opened up the throttle, thread the needle, touch the sky. I chose a second, always choose a second, that's my nature. Felt the first fat raindrops hit the windshield like a legislator, trying to slow me down, trying to make the jurisdiction. But thunder just means voltage and I drive on contradiction. The kind that says a man in motion meets the storm is equal. The storm arrives regardless, so the question isn't whether you get wet, it's whether you were driving or you let the weather make the choice for you by waiting in a parking lot at 8. While the storm decides your schedule and the storm decides your fate. The storm don't care about your schedule or your final destination. Need it at full speed or spend your life in hesitation. Thunder and tires tearing through the southern downpour. Thunder and tires found my purpose in the thunder's roar. I was born in a lightning struck county on a stormy summer night. Thunder and tires, I've been racing toward the light. Yeah. Engine whining at the red line, wipers on full blast. 18-wheelers ghost through the spray like shadows from the past. Every time I hit a storm, I think about my father driving night shift. Rain soaked, doing 80 just to keep us from surviving. On whatever side our hunger lives when dignity is thin. He drove through every storm we had and never stopped to pin a single moment of a sacrifice on any kind of wild. Just drove because the thunder's just a sound enticing into stall. He come home at 6 a.m. with the same exact expression. Moderate fatigue and moderate satisfaction. No confession of the difficulty, just copying the radio low. Then the bed for 7 hours and then back in the snow. My father drove through every storm. I learned my drive that way. The storm don't care about your schedule or your final destination. Beat it at full speed or spend your life in hesitation. Thunder and tires tearing through the southern downpour. Thunder and tires found my purpose in the thunder's roar. I was born in a lightning-struck county on a stormy summer night. Thunder and tires, I've been racing toward the light. Yeah. There's a different kind of storm I've had to drive through when it's harder than any weather system that the western counties harbor. It's the storm inside a man who hasn't reckoned with himself. The low pressure system of the life he's put up on the shelf. Of dealing with it later and the choice is still the same. Pull over, drive into the name of whatever's building. Say you face it, let it hit. Let the thunder be as loud as it needs to be, and sit inside the violence of the honest reckoning and steer through the rain of your own history. I've driven those storms too. Thunder and tires and everything true. The storm don't care about your schedule or your final destination. Meet it at full speed or spend your life in hesitation. Thunder and tires tearing through the southern downpour. Thunder and tires found my purpose in the thunder's roar. I was born in a lightning-struck county on a stormy summer night. Thunder and tires, I've been racing toward the light. After the storm, the asphalt steams and the air smells like whitewash clean dreams. That's the reward for the ones who drove through. The storm don't kill you, the storm breaks you through. Keep the wheels straight, keep the wipers going, keep the throttle open where the road is showing. The storm is information, the thunder is the signal that you're close to something. Push through the downpour, come out on the other side. Keep driving, don't stop for the thunder. Western counties clearing, asphalt steaming, light ahead. There's neon on the block, still blinking red and cold. 12 regulars on Thursday, and the story's not yet told. There's Honky-Tonk in the county's fighting for his life. Owner 68 years old and tougher than a knife. Keeps the beer cold, keeps the neon red, keeps the jukebox with the good stuff. No screens on the wall, no QR code, no touch of that enoughness that the modern world would rather swap for character and grit. Every Thursday, 12 remaining regulars just sit and drink to what they had here and what they're choosing still. The sound system pops and hisses, but it never stops the thrill. Owner's name is Darnell, been behind that bar since '79. Hold every county victory and every county heartbreak fine. He knows the difference between a man who needs to talk and a man who needs silence, and a beer knows when not to walk into that silence. That's the art no program teaches. There's a museum being built on every corner where we drink. They put the bar stool under glass and charge admission, that's the rank. In gratitude of progress, so I'll stand inside the living thing. Neon in the wind, that's honky-tonk. Bourbon and the slow glow. If they shut it down tomorrow, then a little piece of truth gets paved over by whatever doesn't smell like proof. Last honky-tonk, I'll be there till the close. Yeah, the woman at the bar's been sitting on a stool since 2003. Says she came in after her divorce and just forgot to leave. Knows every song the jukebox holds by catalog and year. The bartender's been married to the owner since they both were 22. They fight on Monday, reconcile on Tuesday. By the weekend they're brand new. That's the kind of marriage a honky-tonk preserves. Thursday nights I sat next to people I don't know, and found we all were carrying the same essential load. Great ache of being human, and the honky-tonk is not forgotten. It remembers everyone who came through that door. There's a museum being built on every corner where we drink. They'll put the bar stool under glass and charge admission. That's the rank. In gratitude of progress, so I stand inside the living thing before they turn the last honky-tonk into a memory. Last honky-tonk, neon in the wind. Last honky-tonk, bourbon and the slow glow. If they shut it down tomorrow, then a little piece of truth gets paved over by whatever doesn't smell like proof. Last honky-tonk, I'll be there till the close. They wanna build a wellness center where the jukebox is, a co-working space on the lot where the parking is. For Darnell's regulars, I stood at the county meeting and said something imprecise but passionate about the beating heart of what a honky-tonk provides that can't be moved. The groove on in the floorboards by a half-century of boots. Can I transfer to any wellness suite? The belonging is the product, that's what Darnell sells. The longing for a room that takes you as you are at 10 p.m. No ROI required, just show up human and come in. There's a museum being built on every corner where we drink. They'll put the bar stool on the glass and charge admission. That's the rank. In gratitude of progress, so I stand inside the living thing before they turn the last honky-tonk into a memory. Last honky-tonk, neon in the wind. Last honky-tonk, bourbon and the slow glow. If they shut it down tomorrow, then a little piece of truth gets paved over by whatever doesn't smell like proof. Last honky-tonk, I'll be there till the close. They can build 100 sports bars, they can install a dozen screens, but there's something in the low light, in the jukebox and the scenes, of regular people being regular and real, that no algorithm will ever replicate or feel. Tell me what an app provides that Darnell came at 10 p.m. The last honky-tonk is worth more than all of them. Last call is just a warning, not an ending. The last honky-tonk is open tomorrow, as long as Darnell standing behind that bar. The last honky-tonk is enough. Last call, last dance, last honky-tonk, still blinking red. Enough. The gavel speaks. If you listen with your boots, the gravel speaks. It says you're home. Yeah, I ain't been in a church pew since I can't remember when, but I found my congregation in the gravel now and then. That sign of rubber, crescent stone, there's something in the friction that vibrates close to something sacred past the jurisdiction. Other Sunday morning qualified to tell me how to kneel. I found my own theology in everything I feel. When boots hit gravel driveway at the end of a long drive, the crunch is the first syllable that tells you you're alive. It's the first syllable of welcome, of arrival, of release. It's the punctuation at the end of a sentence about peace. The way a period doesn't argue, it just stops and holds the weight of everything that came before it. Gravel holds the gate, the gospel isn't always written. Sometimes it's a sound. The most religious moment is when tired feet find ground. Gravel gospel, breathe between the tire tracks. Gravel gospel, truth that always leads you back. I don't need a steeple for the spirit to descend, just a long gravel driveway and a road that finally bends. Gravel gospel, that's my holy land. There's a deacon in my bloodline who walked 3 miles of gravel every Sunday pre-dawn to the church beside the chapel. Said the walk prepared him better than the sermon ever could, 'cause God speaks in the friction, not the polished and the good. I carry that conviction now in every mile I travel. Sacred isn't stained glass, sacred is the gravel. Sacred is the early morning in the truck that needs a tire. Sacred is the mundane kept alive by pure desire. He walked that gravel for 40 years until the knees gave out. Then he drove it slowly in a Buick without clout, for acceleration or for style, just steady, just arriving. I asked him once what he was thinking on those walks. He said most and nothing, just the gravel and the birds and the flock of his own breath and the cold and the smell of the morning and the knowing that the walking was itself the whole forming of whatever it was that God was trying to make of him that week. The gospel isn't always written. Sometimes it's a sound. The most religious moment is when tired feet find ground. Gravel gospel, preach between the tire tracks. Gravel gospel, truth that always leads you back. I don't need a steeple for the spirit to descend, just a long gravel driveway and a road that finally bends. Gravel gospel, that's my holy land. There are gravel gospel people in every county that I know. The ones who find the sacred in the friction and the flow of ordinary life, lived with extraordinary attention. The ones who know the names of birds and hold the tension between what's broken and what's beautiful with calloused hands. Who build the fences and the futures and understand that the sermon is the labor and the labor is the prayer, and the prayer is just the gravel underneath the feet that care enough to keep on walking. The gravel gospel lasts nothing but the willingness to show up for the task that daily life requires. Told the friction, told the sound. Gravel gospel is just another word for solid ground. The gospel isn't always written. Sometimes it's a sound. The most religious moment is when tired feet find ground. Gravel gospel, preach between the tire tracks. Gravel gospel, truth that always leads you back. I don't need a steeple for the spirit to descend, just a long gravel driveway in a road that finally bends. Gravel gospel, that's my holy land. I believe in the crunch, I believe in the dust, I believe in the driveway built on callous trust. I believe in arriving after being long away. I believe the gravel knows every boot that chose to stay. Can you hear the gravel gospel under every tired boot? Can you hear it in the driveway, in the root of every ordinary morning that you drove back home to find? Gravel gospels, just the sound of leaving trouble behind. Amen. Gravel, amen. Come home, crunch of the tire, boots on stone, home. Broken don't mean done. Broken just means between. Broken is the first note of the blues, let it ring. Broke a promise on a Tuesday, broke my heart by Friday night. Broke a vow on Sunday morning in the middle of the fight. Broke the lease, the bank account, the trust that took 3 years. And sat in a broken, narrow town and counted broken gears. The town's called Broken Arrow, Oklahoma side of things. But I found my own broken arrows in the weight that heartbreak brings. Every arrow that I've lost is at a crooked flight. But even broken arrows cut through dark to find the light. The town's still there, got a Walmart and a courthouse and a creek, and a way of absorbing broken people for a week or a decade. Broken arrows good at keeping what the highway. The passes there when the broken ones take the sideway off I-44 and find themselves in need of something slower, something that already knows the lowered expectations of arrival. It ain't about the arrow flying true or flying far. It's about what you pick up when you find it where you are. Broken arrow blues, picking up the splinters. Broken arrow blues, surviving all the winters, falling short and off the mark and landing in the mud. Broken arrow blues is coursing through my blood. Met a man in Broken Arrow who had lost his business twice, built it back both times from scratch without a second thought of prices. Son, the broken things ain't done it just between their shapes. The arrow that don't fly no more becomes whatever makes the next thing that you're building from the pieces of the last. I took his word and glued my broken pieces to my past and made an instrument of failure tuned to something new. Broke is just the first note of the blues. He was 62 and had the hands of a man who had built with everything he had and carried none of the silk. The bitterness I asked how he kept from getting angry at the losing. He said the angry is the arrow breaking, that's just physics. What do you do next morning when the inventory is everything you had the day before minus everything you had today? You pick something up and make it the beginning. It ain't about the arrow flying true or flying far. It's about what you pick up when you find it where you are. Broken arrow blues, picking up the splinters. Broken arrow blues, surviving all the winters, falling short and off the mark and landing in the mud. Broken arrow blues, it's coursing through my blood. Every blues song starts with broken, that ain't an accident. The blues was built by people for whom broken was the permanent condition, and they took that condition and made it in art that outlived every specific instance of the broken heart. The broken arrow blues I'm singing now comes from that line from every man and woman who refused to let the spine of their creative instinct snap entirely when the arrow did. The blues is just a broken arrow flying, that's the grid on which the whole tradition maps. You take the break and then you give it beat and melody and stop the aching for 3 minutes in the space where the song lives. Broken arrow blues, the arrow that still gives. It ain't about the arrow flying true or flying far. It's about what you pick up when you find it where you are. Broken arrow blues, picking up the splinters. Broken arrow blues, surviving all the winters, falling short and off the mark and landing in the mud. Broken arrow blues, it's coursing through my blood. Every blues song starts with broken, every hymn starts with default. The greatest things that I have spoken came from having nothing at all. So break me if you got to, break me if you must. A broken arrow in the right hand's cut sharper through the rust. Pick up the pieces, name each one. This piece is the Tuesday, this piece is the sun going down on a Friday, this piece is the year. Broken arrow blues is just the inventory here of everything that broke and what you did right after. Blues, still flying, broken, still flying. First note of the blues. 2 a.m. and the freight line sings through the south side of the county. Everybody sleeping hears it in their bones. Daddy fell asleep to the freight train at 2 a.m. Said a lullaby to him every night from 7 through to 10 years old, lying in his bunk on the south side of the tracks, while the iron horse ran through his dreams and never did come back to stay. They never stay. The trains are always passing, but the sound they leave behind is everlasting. I grew up hearing stories of that iron horse at night, and found my own freight rhythm running verse across the white page. The train is just a metaphor for the thing that passes through you sleeping and makes the spirit sing. Without asking for the singing, it just moves through you like a 2 a.m. freight train, and you wake up changed by the sound of something massive that was just passing through your dark and quiet and your hill breath. The train don't sing for anyone in particular, you know, but everyone who hears it finds their own way to let go. Iron horse lullaby, singing through the valley. Iron horse lullaby, calling every stray back. Every outlaw needs a song to carry through the dark. Iron horse lullaby, it started in my heart. There's a woman in the boxcar in a story that I wrote. She was riding from the trouble with a journal and a code and a ticket to a nowhere that she'd chosen over something. And the iron horse provided the one gift that she was needing. Motion without destination for a while, just motion. The clatter and the rhythm like an unspecific ocean, carrying her toward whatever way to pass the leaving. The iron horse don't judge the weight of what you're grieving. She wrote about the darkness between the small town stations and the way the light appears in brief illuminations from the windows of the towns. The train goes through without stopping, just a flash of someone's kitchen and then gone. The dropping of that light into the dark again. She found a comfort in the town's existence, their particularity, accounting for themselves in small bright windows and then releasing into their own dark as she passes life night season. The train don't sing for anyone in particular, you know, but everyone who hears it finds their own way to let go. Iron horse lullaby, singing through the valley. Iron horse lullaby, calling every stray back. Every outlaw needs a song to carry through the dark. Iron horse lullaby, it started in my heart. My son asked why the train's running night when everyone is sleeping. I said because the freight don't care about the schedule that they're keeping. The normal hours requires the goods need moving when they need it. He said, but maybe the trains prefer the flat dark sky in the quiet counties. I said, maybe so. Maybe the iron horse is just another outlaw who does better work in darkness when the pressure of the daylight lifts. He was 8 and he's 17 now, and the train of his own departure is pulling in morning, and I ain't gonna stand on that platform like my daddy's daddy had to understand the letting go of sons to wherever the iron horse takes them, knowing the lullaby stays in them. The train don't sing for anyone in particular, you know, but everyone who hears it finds their own way to let go. Iron horse lullaby, singing through the valley. Iron horse lullaby, calling every stray back. Every outlaw needs a song to carry through the dark. Iron horse lullaby, it started in my heart. Hush now, outlaw, the iron horse is near. Let the clatter carry every weight and fear. The track runs true, even in the dark, and the horse remembers every tired heart. Hush now, traveler, let the county sleep. The iron horse is keeping the promise that it keeps. The freight runs at 2 a.m. through the south side of your sleep. Everything you've been carrying, the iron horse will keep moving. That's his covenant with every sleeping county. Motion is the lullaby, freely given to a iron horse pass. Lullaby through the valley to your sleep, always going somewhere. Red sky at morning, sailors warning. Red sky at morning, the day is forming into something that'll test what you've been building. Yeah. Red sky at morning, sailors warning, fishermen's first prayer. Every outlaw reads the weather, reads it in the air. Reads it in the way the courthouse looks when news comes through. Reads it in the woman's eyes before she says what's true. Red sky is a color that I've learned to never waste. This information, act on it, adjust your pace. I woke up to a crimson dawn on a Tuesday in October, and knew by noon the reckoning I've been avoiding would come over. There's a science to the red sky, articulates an angle of the sunlight, hidden moisture but the strangling feeling in your gut when you see it is older than the science. It's the animal in every man who reads the sky and knows that something's building, and the building is a sign to prepare to face to meet whatever's coming. Stop pretending you can't hear it. Red sky don't lie, and neither do the ones who love you true. When the morning comes in crimson, that's the day you break through. Red sky and morning, everything is warning. Red sky and morning, storm is always forming. But I was born in the eye of every storm that tried to end me. Red sky and morning, let it come and let it send me. Further down the road I was already meant to ride. October broken red, and by the evening I was facing every debt and every damage I've been awfully erasing from the ledger of my conscience, from the balance sheet of love. And the reckoning was gentle, that's the terrifying stuff. Not a war but a conversation, not a verdict but a choice. And the woman with the red sky hair gave me back my voice, said you don't have to keep outrunning what's already in your chest. The storm you're fleeing is the storm that ends when you confess. I looked out at the October evening red and thought about the sailor and the fisherman who said the red sky is a warning, and a warning is a gift. If you're the kind of man who takes the warning and can shift his trajectory, or if you're the kind who sees the warning and accelerates. I've been the second kind every morning of my adult life, accelerating into every weather. Red sky don't lie, and neither do the ones who love you true. When the morning comes in crimson, that's the day you break through. Red sky and morning, everything is warning. Red sky and morning, storm is always clear sky up ahead, and the stretch between is everything I thought I'd rather dread than face. But dread is just the body knowing before the mind agrees to what the reckoning will be and what you'll find when you stop to run. The accounts receivable spoken out loud to someone who holds it without the weight being broken. The red sky was the morning before the stopping, and the stopping was the beginning of the album you are hearing. The music came from after the October storm. It cleared, left me standing in the gravel with the clarity harder. And red sky morning taught me that to see. Red sky don't lie, and neither do the ones who love you true. When the morning comes in crimson, that's the day you break through. Red sky morning, everything is warning. Red sky morning, storm is always forming. But I was born in the eye of every storm that tried to end me. Red sky morning, let it come and let it send me. Further down the road I was already meant to ride. Sailor, take warning, outlaw, take heed. The red in the morning is exactly what you need. Not a death sentence, a dawn sentence. The sky's just saying, wake up and mean it. Red sky morning, yeah. Warning you and me. Every October morning, every warning color sky. Red sky morning is your information. Trust the animal inside you that's been reading the sky since birth. Red sky, I'm ready, let it come. October morning, clear sky on the other side.